Hello, we just talk about how to fill up 1120S, and we talk about how to fill up the form, fill up Schedule K, but we didn't talk about how to transfer those information from Schedule K to Schedule K1. So I'm just going to show you Schedule K1. It's very simple to fill it up, and you distribute your Schedule K1 to your partners. And if you are a business owner and you are a partner as well, you make sure you keep one for yourself as well, and you keep one copy for each one of the partners in your business record, and make sure you file your Form 1120S with IRS along with Schedule K and all the attachments you need to add it to your Form 1120S and all the Schedule K1 that you should add, and you send it to IRS. Let me show you Schedule K1 and how you should fill it up. Once you fill up, you have to fill up your Schedule K. At least that's the way I do it. I fill up my Schedule K, and from there I just put the information on Schedule K1. At least it's easier for me to do it that way. That by the time I'm filling up all my federal returns, I know that I have all the information that should be sent to IRS as well. So let me show you first the form that we just fill up. And as you can see, we talked about this earlier, and I think we might come back to this number here, the total asset, how to find it. I wanted to show you from earlier, but I didn't do it, so I will show you that. But you can see that then for a business, you will fill on the page 1 of your 1120S, and the balance here, the balance here will go to your Schedule K. So we talked about this form already, and the balance will go here on Schedule K. And we didn't add more information to it, but based on your situation, you might have to fill up other areas. But in my situation, I didn't have to fill up anything, and my balance fell through all the way to here as well, to line 18. That's pretty much the end of the form 1120S, because you are not required to file Schedule L, Schedule M1, Schedule M2. Now if we go back to Form K1, you have to fill it up for each one of your partners. What I like to do to save time is I will fill up the business area first with your prior identification number, the business name and address, the IRS center you will send the form, and the shareholder if they have the same ownership percentage, you might add it as well. Otherwise, I'll try to see what the partners have in common, and I'll fill up the spreadsheet with those information, and I'll just save it, and I'll just use the same form and enter each one of the partners' social security number here on line D, and the shareholder's name, address, city, state, and the shareholders ownership percentage, and I will just save it under that shareholders name. So depending on the percentage of ownership, we will divide, you will time that percentage by the number that you have on Schedule K for line 1. So 44% of $61 loss will give you that $27. So that's that $61 that you have to distribute between the partners. So everything on your Schedule K will flow to Schedule K1. As a business, you will fill up your business, you will fill up page 1. If you are in a trade classified as a business by IRS, you will fill up page 1 of the Form 1120S, and then the balance will flow to K1, Schedule K1, and you may not have to fill up much on Schedule K1, and that balance will flow to Schedule. You may not have to fill up much on Schedule K. So page 1 will flow to Schedule K, and the balance on Schedule K, you will divide that between the partners on Schedule K1. And that's pretty much it. Any line you fill up on line 1 on Schedule K, you will fill it up pretty much as well for Schedule K1. So you are just pretty much distributing all the financial data from Schedule K to Schedule K1 based on partners' ownership. And that's the same principle for 1065 Schedule K1 as well. And that's where, and you just fill it up. That's about just 1 page, 2 pages. Yeah, pretty much 1 page. You just fill up 1 page with those information from Schedule K, and you just print it out and send a copy to your partners. Now that we are done with how to fill up Schedule K1 Form 1120, let's talk about this form that I pointed out earlier to fill up your total assets. That should go on this section here, line F. And I talk about worksheet for figuring a shareholder stock and debt basis, part 1, shareholder stock basis. That's pretty much it. You just have to fill it up with the beginning stock basis amount, the contribution during the year, and if you have any income, it will go to this part. But if you don't have income, you have loss, it will go to, we'll talk about that later, it will go to part 3, which I have here as well. But that's pretty much it. This section here is other item that increase the stock basis. Pretty much when you withhold income from your employees, your employees' wages, you withhold taxes from your employees' wages, and you have now paid to IRS yet, you might put it here because it's in your bank account, and it might be increasing your income there as well. You can put it here if you are trying to reconcile your bank account and your information here, because if you are using cash method, you won't be able to claim all the deduction for taxes and license for your part of Social Security and Medicaid and your footer that you pay for 2019, because you didn't pay in 2019, you pay in 2020. You won't be able to claim it on your 2019 form. But you have to keep in mind that the income you withheld from employees' wages, if it's still in your bank account, you have now deposited in the IRS account, it is an amount in your bank account that you might want to find a spot to put it, and I like to put it under other items that increase the stock basis, pretty much. But in reality, it's not really increasing my stock basis though. So, and then you just follow the instructions to total what needs to be total, and at the bottom here they have non-deductible. If you are in the business, a lot of time your business, you will deduct a lot of things. So on line 8A, they have non-deductible expenses, and as a business you deduct a lot of your expenses, so that line will be 0. and everything will flow all the way to here where we have allowable loss and deductions. So there you will go to part 3 to fill it up. You'll go to part 3 to fill it up, and that part 3 is here, and that's pretty much it. So you might read the instruction up here, but so pretty much it will be your deduction during the year, and we have that on our form already as well. So yeah, and you can see that the bottom will be that you are not going to have a carryover if you are in the business. Chances that unless you are subject to some limitations, you should have all your losses deducted on your tax return on your 1040. So you shouldn't have any carryover of losses unless you have a lot of loss in the prior years and you have some carryover. Then that will be under this category here. You just read the instructions and fill it up, and that's the total that you put on line 11 here, and that will, the bottom 15, line 15 will be your stock basis, and that's what I have here as 4CC3. And I don't know, I'll show you as well how I use schedule L to find that number as well. And that's the same number here as well. You can see it there, and that's the schedule L that you are now required to attach, but I like to work on it, and I explained it earlier how to fill up your schedule L, which is just pretty much your balance sheet. If you are using an accounting software and you enter your expenses and income, it should be able to pull out those balance sheets for you easily. But if you are not spending on accounting software, you can use a spreadsheet to just track those expenses if they are not much, and you want to just do those things one that's it to start with before you start investing in a software. Yes, you can do that with the spreadsheets, and that's how you track them. So that's the same number here as well. The total asset at the end of the year match the total liability and shareholders equity as well. That's that, and I explained how my beginning didn't match because of some errors that I make in prior year pulling those informations. But that's pretty much, that's how you fill up your schedule L to come up with the total asset. And to fill up this section, you have to fill up this form. It helps to fill up this form, and then you fill up the schedule L. And I have a checklist of the steps, what you should fill up first and what you should fill up next, all the way to your tax form before you mail it to the IRS. I will fine tune it, and I'll put it, and I'll make it available. But for now, I'm still working on it. But yeah, there is a process. If you keep your finances in order, it's easy to fill up your tax return yourself by printing out the form and just fill it up, sign it, and mail it in. Thank you for watching. I'm Afiavi Ojuna Marininette Liberman, creators of Marininette Liberman's YouTube channel and owners of Nina Soap. And my website is ninasoap.com. I'll put the forms, a copy of the forms on the website under free download on the left side bar, so that you can download any form you are interested in and start filling up your returns. Thank you.